The Kung Fu Panda series loves a match cut with the DreamWorks logo, and so do I. Also, the shot that starts at the moon is one long take. What a way to open the story. Hey! Species-specific language greeting chokes, can't beat them. You know you're an iconic villain when your last appearance was 3 films ago and the audience still immediately knows it's you. Or Viola Davis pretending to be you. He is a tad reptilian if you notice.
That's right! It is I, Tai Lung.
It can't be.
He's right, clairvoyance.
I have returned to take what is mine, which is everything that is yours.
Huh. Sounds like Tai Lung has been hanging with my kids.
He's probably just kicking back and catching some rays.
I mean, to be fair, battling a giant evil manta ray is exactly Poe's version of that.
Okay, big guy, we're really gonna have to wrap this up.
Ha, and he does.
And next time, keep your surf off their turf.
Look, I want to be like, pork products are never a turf option with surf and turf, but considering how bad his words of wisdom actually get, this one is a pretty excellent play on words.
The Dragon Warrior!
Was, is, and always will be.
Oof, but that's some continuity for how Poe truly feels.
The all-new Dragon Warrior noodles and tofu!
Selling out. If it's for your dad, it's the right move. And even Mr. Ping has embraced his son's fame.
Will the Furious Five be here too?
Unfortunately, no, they're off on super cool kung fu missions.
This is the only thing that makes the movie feel like a made-for-TV special, but I appreciate a film that has no qualms about telling us that none of the other famous people we were expecting will be here, especially if they'd have nothing to do except stand around. Also, loving the toy-style animation. The Kung Fu Panda movies always come up with alternate fun styles to exposit.
Now, who wants a picture? You.
My turn.
It's honestly even more fun that you know this Shifu gag is coming the second time.
Successor for what?
A successor to be the next Dragon Warrior.
What? Poe was just named the Dragon Warrior like 16 years ago. No, I refuse to accept this reality. I'm a broken record at this point, but DreamWorks never disappoints with the lighting. And just to be clear, it's not just that they animate and design scenes around golden hour, it's that it's always the most gorgeous golden hour you could ever possibly experience. The huge shadows, the pinks and yellows, the glow of the edges of Shifu and Poe's fur as they ascend. I want to live here.
Which I have accepted and am at peace with. Really, it's fine.
You don't sound fine.
You don't sound fine. I'm very fine.
Okay, you're fine.
That's so real. I appreciate that even though Shifu is older and genuinely likes Poe, he still struggles with his life not going exactly the way he'd planned. And Shifu just casually using the yellow panda soul palm thing he learned in the last movie is fantastic.
All I know are 2 things. Kicking butt and taking names. Like, who's that fire-breathing crocodile? I want to say Steve?
Definitely gonna need a flashback movie about Steve the fire-breathing crocodile.
Awesome!
Poe's excitement about all things Kung Fu has always been his best trait. He's still a Kung Fu geek.
Skadoosh.
Fantastic pose.
That Mr. sure seems like a beast. That was Mr. Beast. Seriously though, the era of YouTuber is upon us. Flula and the Suicide Squad, Jimmy and the Turtles, and now this. I even heard Maddie Matheson was in some show that's supposedly pretty good. Haven't seen it, not really a food guy. The fact that it's the same every time gets my goat, and makes him the goat? At least the goat? I like to think the implication here is that this small tree is the one that Shifu and Oogway planted back in the first movie when they were arguing about whether Poe could be the Dragon Warrior, so I will continue to think that.
Inner peace. Dinner, please. Dinner with peas. In a sesame soy glaze.
Jude's favorite snack when he was littler was inner peas, but this also sounds delicious. Ha! Got him with the Looney Tunes physics. I never get tired of that move, and he learned it from Shifu. Mostly. Hints that Tai Lung might not be exactly back.
And how do I find someone in the know?
It's me. It's obviously it's me. I'm in the know.
I never go into a movie wanting to love Awkwafina's characters, but she always wins me over.
Master Shifu is not a squirrel.
I'm a red panda.
You know what? I love that for you.
Ha! That little ear movement waiting for Poe to speak. Also realizing that her little jade jewelry is the fox equivalent of an earring. Poor Doug.
It has to be given in order to gain its powers.
Gotcha. Given to gain.
Oof. I love that Mr. Bing is so distracted his vegetable slices start varying and then he just tosses the entire end in.
Or maybe. Oh no. Maybe. I'm the chameleon.
Now that's an entrance. And her crown also constructs itself seemingly out of thin air. Ooh, her eyes darting to the bear before her head, and then the other one catching up. I do love how much fear she instills considering how small she starts, at least. this franchise, another person to scenery match cut. Last time Tai Lung casting a shadow, this time showing that Zhen and Po are on their way to the chameleon.
You want the cookie or not?
Real Cookie Monster style. Kung Fu Dad's movie or show? Hard to say, The Odd Couple, but much more Mitch and Cam thrown in.
What if he's captured?
What if he's tortured?
Our baby!
The Happy Bunny Tavern. Well, that sounds inviting.
It's funny both because we know the punchline is coming, but also because we meet some really unhappy bunnies in a little bit.
I would like to speak to the manager, please.
I am the manager.
I'm gonna go out on a shaky limb here and say that she's a reference to the other amazing film with Kung Fu in the title and The Landlady. It's mostly the curlers.
You got a deal.
What a reveal. For a split second, I thought the pelican had a very dexterous tongue, and I wasn't sure how to feel about that. But a fish with opposable thumb, fins? We're good.
There you go. All better.
What a great fight set piece. Zhen is doing her Street Fighter thing with no concern for anyone's safety, obviously, and Po is going out of his way to protect innocent people, as well as using very gentle defensive moves, clearly trying to avoid hurting anyone. You gotta love the cameraman moving backwards away from the wolves up the stairs.
Nice move. You gotta teach me that.
Skadoosh shadowing. I always love little details like Mr. Ping being too short for the steps, so Lee tosses him up. Best two dads ever.
Grifting, shilling, gaffing.
Being the cutest and most adorable creature on God's green earth.
Goose dads, panda dads, guess it takes all kinds. Right, Mom?
It's not just a hilarious reveal, it's also an extremely wonderful sentiment.
It's easier to hold on to the life you know than move on to the one you don't.
Hint, hint, but also like introspection? Like even if she knows she's doing a messed up thing, she's analyzed why she's doing it. Even the scenes that seem to be just for fun or have a simple purpose actually play into the story. Tai Lung steals all the ram's iron ore to make these cages that the chameleon puts the masters in. 2D animation style in the middle of my 3D animation style movie? You know I'm here for it.
Whoa, that came out of nowhere.
Captain Fish would get along with my wife. Get it? Because I'm saying my wife is also a bad driver. She's not, but for the sake of this hacky and played out joke, I'm saying she is. Always nagging, ball and chain, etc., etc. Do I get a Netflix special now?
The sights, the sounds.
The smells.
Okay, different studios, but picture it. Kung Fu Panda, Ratatouille crossover done in the style of like Food Wars or Delicious in Dungeon. Get on my level.
Perhaps you know me better as the Kung Fu Panda. Wait!
True story, I always introduce myself as Lee CinemaWins, and if they don't immediately know who I am, I start flipping tables. So, I can relate, Po. But it is actually a fun story move to show us that the Dragon Warrior is more of a local hero. Clever move, having the pick in plain sight.
Not clever.
Disagree, Stilgar!
Back up.
The bull's stampeding in. More species-specific gags. Sometimes the get it, Po is a big chubby panda jokes fall a little flat. And then sometimes you expect his vaulting stick to break and instead he crashes through the wall and you spit your drink out laughing and you have to pause the movie and clean your couch. Wow. At first I had no idea we were listening to an improved version of Crazy Train. These bulls busting that harmful bull in a china shop stereotype for bulls everywhere. A lesser film would have everything break at the end.
Careful, these guys will steal your pants right off you and you'll never know it.
Po thinks she means all the people they're looking at, but I think she knows the Monkey Brothers are hiding there and she's talking about them specifically.
After you get your pants back.
Not cool! You guys, come on, give them back!
I always knew someday you'll find your way home back to the den. And when you did, I'd be sure to give you a proper homecoming.
Ke Huy Quan holds a special place in my heart, so when I hear his voice, I feel immediate joy, which was clearly the intention of the filmmakers. Also an amazing red herring to make us assume Han is the one who took Zhen in.
Quick and painless, or slow and painful?
Aw, I didn't know my kids got a cameo.
The Dragon Warrior.
Who?
Oh man, are my adventures really that regional?
Just that Po would use the word regional makes that joke hit so much harder.
We are in total agreement with our mutual disappointment in you.
I mean, I guess he has two dads who seem to unconditionally love him for who he is, so he's gotta have one that's constantly disappointed in him. 3 dads for the win.
Did someone say legendary? Bring it in.
Self 5. Also, legendary was Po's catchphrase for a hot second, so that's a double burn.
My boy wouldn't have done this for no reason. Is it possible your broth was bland?
Mr. Ping going for the throat and showing true love for his son. I love that they keep bringing the hat and cape imagery back from the first dream Po had. Hilarious that he thinks they're running from him and not just trying to steady the bar. Very Mad Mardigan in front of the Ebersisk in Willow, a reference you all get because you definitely all watched Everything Great About Willow. Set up and payoff. Monkeys had it coming. But Poe just keeps proving why he's the nicest dragon panda around.
Tell us you've seen our son.
Wait, why are they leaving? You said yes.
Yeah, more of these two, please. Physics schmizics, each stare slam is fantastic. Toots. If you don't find farts funny, you are choosing to live in a world with less joy but the same amount of farts. If you slow the slow-mo down even more, you can see that they both get a little fur sliced off. Also, really could have used these two in the Red Queen's little hallway of horrors.
Jen?
Hurts. Hurts bad.
Kung Fu may be performed by the body, but its secrets are housed in the spirit.
But you gotta love a villain with a solid outside-the-box plan.
I'll go under them.
Well, that's frustrating for all sorts of reasons.
Amazing line and delivery by the one and only Viola Davis. 4 movies in and Kung Fu Panda has again reinvented the fight scene. Genuinely sick backflip, makes Neo look like a dolt. Saving your son. Also, Ping's kick slap attack is hilarious, but he definitely killed that guy. I mean, he had to save his son, but like, Ping just killed somebody. The dude goes hard.
We only follow because we love.
You followed because you didn't believe in me.
And because we love?
Nailing the parental experience. Overprotection is like 90% love, 10% thinking we know better. I mean, I've heard, I'm perfect.
All I wanted to be was the greatest noodle chef in the valley.
So what happened?
I became the greatest noodle chef in the valley.
Knowing thyself.
Is that why you took me in? So I could help you get what you wanted?
I took you in because you were clever and ruthless and unsentimental. And the day you stop being those things is the day when, yes, you stop being useful to me.
I like that her answer is yes, but she drew it out to make it even more hurtful. Honestly, I guess that's a win.
Does a blood moon always rises slowly? It's just for dramatic effect anyway. I think I'm just gonna open the spirit realm now.
Realism?
But he'd never willingly hand over Oogway's staff to the likes of you.
Who said anything about willingly?
I don't share my skills with anyone.
It wasn't a request.
The chameleon says effectively the same thing twice, but in different ways. You gotta ace the theatrics, or what's the point? I have so many questions about the Kung Fu Panda universe's afterlife, but for now, the fact that Tai Lung can still kick names and take butt is enough for me.
I got it!
I mean, they missed a golden opportunity for a Matrix homage with an
I know Kung Fu.
But it still looked cool.
The power, the precision.
Enthusiasm. Yo. Hugging, and it's a good one too. A total fake-out hugging, complete with this face-off moment.
I am a terrible friend.
Friend? That feels a little generous, no?
He's not holding back. You love to see dads sticking up for their boy.
Violence! Violence!
Are you guys ready to do the right thing for the wrong reasons?
It's just a great movie, even if you're a little conflicted on the messaging.
Bring me General Kai!
I know it's definitely not what happened, but I like to think they brought both Gary Oldman and J.K. Simmons back just to shriek as their powers were taken from them.
I'm sorry, do I know you?
Do you know me? It's Scott. The fire-breathing crocodile?
Wait, there's 2 fire-breathing crocodiles? Wait till Scott hears about Steve. Every once in a while, you hear Hal come through and remember that Walt was Hal long before he was Heisenberg. The snorri cam on the pole arm is the bunny chomps. And I'm gonna take a swing and say this is a Guandao and not a glaive. Discuss in the comments.
No, it's got the perfect kick.
Shin-sen, that's the secret to my mulberry punch.
Amazing. They're so dad, they're making dad jokes accidentally.
That panda was right. More violence later is better. Yeah!
Can't you even die right?
Can't you even kill wrong? Nope. Wordplay didn't come together.
I appreciate his honesty. Sometimes you gotta workshop your comebacks.
What do you say?
I say...
Well, I saw that coming.
Tai Lung, the armchair kung fu practitioner.
You tried it our way. Now, try it yours. Kick her butt.
And they're still in perfect alignment.
Master Elephant's trunk twist! Master Boar's tusks of terror! Master Wolf's fangs of fury!
He's still geeking out as he's being mollywopped.
Better to rot in the gutter than under your thumb.
Not gonna lie, that's a totally badass line.
That is awesome! I mean, it's disturbing, but it's awesome.
Optimism, he's so positive. Wait, is Poe the personification of the CinemaWins mission statement? Pandification? Panda-ificate, whatever, you get what I'm saying. Yo, I didn't ask for a monster movie inside my Kung Fu Panda movie, but here we are and I'm happy. Hey, the blood moon is finally up. Love that you can just make out the scales on Doppel Poe's back. Well, that's an awesome shot. Why do you think it's the thumbnail? Dang, hope this video didn't tank, making me change it and ruin this epic win. Did we just get an upgrade camera spin? I mean, you've got to appreciate the theatricality.
Be the pit, Jen. Be the pit.
Tight callback.
And skablam!
I'm honestly annoyed it works without a skadoosh, but I don't know what are you gonna do. Skadoosh. Yep.
Maybe Oogway was right about you. You aren't completely useless after all.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
He genuinely means it, since Styling is still a celebrity to Poe. Even Poe's version of opening the portal is prettier and feels more centered than the chameleon who just stole all the power she has.
Jen, do something!
Third rule. No one's interested in your feelings.
Alright. Some people are just bad, I guess.
I don't even know why I bother. I'm going to go meditate. A lot.
He wouldn't be Shifu if he wasn't still frustrated by the whole situation. And one more brand new peach tree fulfilling the promises of the Peach Pit. Hey, they are in this one, alright. Itchy butt. Jack Black really does have a set of pipes making even Britney proud, I'm sure. Somehow it's a new favorite Tenacious D song. I can't say the name of my ultimate favorite, but I will say it gives some very important instructions. Even in this little epilogue, Jen is doing things her own way. Gotta respect it. Did we need another Kung Fu Panda movie? Not really, but will I keep watching and enjoying them for at least a few more based solely on the goodwill earned from the first one? For sure. It's a tough place to be when you have nothing for 5 of your previous main characters to do, and also their inclusion would double the budget, so leaving them out was 100% the correct decision, but also, we notice. And if there's any one actor who can replace 5, it's Awkwafina. There is a slight... It's not empty, it's not hollow, let's say half full, no, 3/4 full vibe here. But the thing is, it would be a solid B+ movie if it wasn't a sequel missing many of the original characters. It's a fun little road movie with twists and turns and a scary baddie. She's not the most memorable, but Viola Davis does her very best and nails the moments she's on screen. And she serves as support to our deuteragonist and allows Zhen to be more fully fleshed out. The whole thing is a pretty simple formula at this point. Let Jack Black be lovable and pure, Dustin Hoffman be cranky but ultimately soft-hearted, and now that Poe has 2 dads, Bryan Cranston and James Hong get to have a blast playing 2 dads who definitely haven't already purchased adjoining burial plots. Seriously though, their little Finding Nepo side story is some of the highlights of the film. And then, Peach Pits? Sure. Bringing it all the way back to the first movie with a twist on Oogway's first message about destiny, because this one is really about change, but not on the outside like the chameleon. But the most interesting part of it all to me is that while Poe didn't want to leave the Dragon Warrior behind to become a spiritual leader, in his attempt to flee the change, he became that spiritual leader to Zhen. He helped her through the same struggles that he dealt with in the first 2 movies, both accepting that he doesn't look like or fight like other Kung Fu masters in the first, and in the second that his past doesn't need to define him. By believing in Zhen, he gives her a gift that no one else in her life would. It's a fun movie even if it doesn't quite reach the heights of the originals, and I'll probably keep watching them. Next week, a video that pays off a lie I told in this video.